Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. My name is Mark Ammons. In this video, I'm going to go through 5 major announcements that were just rolled out by the founder and CEO of LPT Realty, Mr. Robert Palmer. 4 of these include some really substantial, really impactful changes to the LPT business model that you're going to want to know about. Honestly, guys, these are some of the biggest and most substantial changes to the model that I've seen happen in the last year. So I'm going to go through what changed, what it was before, and what it means for you so that you're fully informed whether you're at LPT Realty now or you're considering joining. Stay tuned because we're jumping into it right now. All right, guys, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in. We're going to jump right into this. I want to try to keep this as quick and to the point as I possibly can. So again, we're talking about 5 major announcements that were just made here at LPT Realty, including some really big plan changes that are going to impact, I think, more agents than what a lot of people realize. So overview, what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the overall model improvements, what changed, and what some of the benefits are. I'm going to talk about commercial real estate. We're going to talk about something called a low commission exemption. We're going to talk about personal real estate deals and BPO, residential land, and then we're going to wrap up with an update to our early adopter benefits. So the first thing we're going to start off with is understanding that one of the things that changed was some differences between core and non-core transactions. I'm not going to go into a ton of detail on what the old definition was, but it basically had to do with if a deal was, say, a commercial deal or the GCI was less than $2,500, it was not considered a core transaction. And that was really important and still is important when it comes to how we're allowed to distribute stock. But before, it applied to stock, commissions, caps, and rev share pool contributions. And now, when it comes to commissions, caps, and rev share pool contributions, whether it's a core transaction or a non-core transaction, it doesn't matter. It applies all the same. So that's a really, really big change that a lot of people were looking for. The next thing has to do with cap and rev share. So again, all plan commissions, any commission that you receive, regardless of which plan you're on, that 80-20 split, the $500 flat fee, all of that commission is going to now count towards your cap and to rev share pool. All right, commission rates. So all transactions are now going to carry the standard plan commission rates plus $195 transaction fee. So before, we had some differences when it came to things like commercial, all right, which had a different split than our standard comp plans. That's all gone away and it's all standardized now. The last thing is the introduction of a risk management fee. And this is really exciting. This is what's actually allowing us to kind of bridge that gap and change all those commission plans to now be the same, even on things like commercial real estate, because we've got this risk management fee, which I think you'll see is going to actually really help the commercial agents and the other agents, as it's going to actually end up saving them, I think, more money than what we were at before. All right. So let's jump into that commercial real estate. So before, we had a 90-10 split with no cap, and it was a non-core transaction when it came to commercial real estate. And so we know that a lot of commercial agents or agents that were heavily involved in commercial probably were not joining LPT Realty as much as agents that weren't heavily involved in commercial. So we've tried to figure out a way to bridge that gap. And so I think we've come up with a really, really good idea here. All of our standard comp plans, so whether that's, again, the business builder, $5,000 cap, $500 per file, and you're done, or the 80-20 split with our brokerage partner that has a $15,000 cap, you can now sell commercial real estate directly under one of those 2 comp plans. So each deal, you're going to have your $500 or your 20%. And now what we have is we have this added risk management fee that's going to be calculated off the sales price to offset that separate that separate split that we had before. Now, these risk management fees are something that a lot of brokerages rely on heavily. A lot of the other cloud-based brokerages charge these, but the way they do it is a more broad approach where they're charging this on every single deal to every single agent, and that generally can kind of build up the fund that they need to support, the additional risk that things like commercial real estate necessarily have when it comes to E&O. And so now what you're going to have is on either your comp plans, your $500 or your 20%, you're just going to have an added 0.1 risk management fee for a brokerage partner, which is that 80-20 split $15,000 cap, and a 0.3% risk management fee for business builders. And so to give you an idea of how much that is, that 0.1% for our brokerage partners on $1 million sales price, that's going to be an extra $1,000. So compared to the 90-10 split with no cap, this is a really great deal. Again, the commission that you earn off a commercial deal is now going to count towards your cap, is now going to go into the rev share pool, which before it wasn't. So again, that's a really big bonus. And it's going to make it a lot easier for those agents who either do a lot of commercial or just every once in a while to be able to, again, cap faster, add more money back into the rev share pool, and ultimately end up coming out of pocket less. So I think this is a really, really good change. The next thing we've got is something called a low commission exemption request. And so where this came about is, again, we had these commissions that may end up being less than $500 total commission, and the comp plan required a $500 payment. So we weren't able to collect the entire $500, and essentially the entire commission was wiped out for the agent on these very, very low commission deals, whether they're leases or whether they're just low price land. We kept running into that. And so what we realize is that when the commission on the transaction is too low, it can break the standard model that we had built. And so what we're doing now is offering agents the option to request an exception to correct this. And so what that's going to look like is this. In lieu of the standard commission rate splits, you can now choose to pay a 20% risk management fee instead. This does not apply to your cap because, again, you're not paying a commission. It's just a risk management fee. It does not apply to the cap, but the $195 transaction fee is waived. The commission split is waived. So you don't have your 80/20. You don't have your $500. You don't have anything that's going to your cap, but all you have to pay is that 20% risk management fee on these low commission deals. And at that point in time, you can end up keeping more of the commission. And we just found it an easier way, I think, to kind of correct some of these oddball issues, but that we found were affecting more agents than what we thought they were. All right, next we're going to talk about personal deals and BPOs, or broker price opinion fees. So on personal real estate, again, we've simplified this to now there's no split, there's no transaction fee. You pay a $250 risk management fee for each of the personal deals that you do. That $250, again, does not go to your cap. It's just a risk management fee. It is not a commission that you're paying. And so that really, really simplifies personal real estate deals. And then on broker price opinions, on BPOs, we are doing a $10 risk management fee. All right, the last one, and this is really exciting as well. This is a change that I think a lot of people were looking to have made that was finally able to happen, and that has to do with residential land. So before, residential land, any type of land was considered commercial. And so now what we've said is that platted residential land that's zoned for a single-family residence is considered a core residential transaction. And so if the GCI on that is over $2,500, it will be a core transaction. And so again, you're going to get paid stock. That money is going to go towards your cap, and it's also going to go into the rev share pool. So really big changes. We know that a lot of agents were selling residential land in communities and in areas that were platted for single family use. And now all those deals were before. They weren't counting towards your cap. They weren't counting towards your performance awards, and they weren't going to the rev share pool. All that's now changed. And so if you've got large agricultural land, large commercial development land, that's still counted as commercial. But again, single family platted residential properties that are going to have a home built on them, that's going to count as a core transaction as well. All right, the last thing, and this is really exciting. So the early adopter benefits, and a quick explanation of the early adopter benefits is essentially an increase in the amount of stock that you get for your performance awards, and a decrease in the number of frontline qualifying agents that you need if you're going to get into agent attraction in order to unlock all 7 levels of your rev share. They had previously expired on January 31st of this year, but with all of these changes that we just made, we didn't really feel it was fair to make these changes right after that. So we have extended our early adopter benefits until February 29th of 2024. License has to get moved over by March 31st. So you'll have a full month to transfer your license after you have signed the ICA. And very exciting. So if you're considering LPT Realty, you think it might be the right fit for you, and you're looking to make the move, and you want to capture those additional benefits for these early adopters, these people who believe in the vision of LPT Realty, see where it's going, and want to be a part of it, you can still capture all of those benefits. If you want to learn more, you want to connect with myself, you want to connect with AJ, schedule a private one-on-one Zoom call. There's a QR code right here, and there's a link down in the description that you can click that will let you set up a private one-on-one Zoom. We'd love to connect with you, learn more about you, your business, your goals, see if LPT is the right fit for you, and if we might be the right sponsors. Appreciate you guys watching this video. Again, really, really exciting changes, things that are just all agent-centric, all things that have a net benefit to the agent. And I just think it's really exciting to see all these changes happening. I'm excited to see where we're at 12 months from now with even more changes and amazing things happening. Guys, I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks so much for tuning in. Till then, be well.